Hi there, folks. I'm here in Brooks, Alberta with my friend Ahmed Qasim, who is Executive Director of Global Village, and they are a wonderful service organization that helps the very diverse multicultural communities here in Brooks, in this part of Alberta, get through a lot of practical challenges, be it language instruction, integration, maybe some legal advice, mental health support. Well, why don't you tell us a bit more about what you do here, Ahmed?
Thank you, Jason. As our Premier just mentioned, Global Village Center had a dedicated to build, empower the newcomers, whether it's mental health, whether it's helping them through their families, empowering them. We do believe that if you empower individuals, they will be useful to their families, they will be useful to the community. In terms of mental health, most of the newcomers come from a tough background. We help them through their trauma. We provide some sort of mental health cultural mediation. We do have a registered counselor, Bob Johnson, and we provide, because most of them, mental health is stigma, both the local people and immigrants. People don't seek help. So we try to break that stigma.
Yeah.
We were very lucky to have a medicine at college, the main campus and Brooks campus, and we did research. The research have shown high number of the immigrants are suffering from trauma from back home. They also suffering from cultural shock when they arrive to Canada.
And you provide services to them in all of those respects. And Brooks is, as you may know, a really diverse town, in part because the largest beef packing plant in Canada is located here, JBS. They've done a lot to support language instruction, and it's a very diverse workforce. Canadians of all kinds of backgrounds, from Central America, whose mother tongue is Spanish, Central and South America, from Asia, from Africa. So dozens of languages are spoken here at Brooks, right?
Yeah, that's why we call the city of 100 languages. You can find anywhere. You don't have to travel to Africa, Asia, or South America. You find anyone here. Last group who came actually is from the Portuguese speaking, which is Brazilians. Now we have a good number of Brazilians in our community.
So one thing I want to point out about Brooks is there's a widespread misconception that all or most of the folks from diverse backgrounds here are, quotes, temporary foreign workers. In fact, the overwhelming majority of new Albertans in this town are Canadian permanent residents or citizens. They're new Canadians. And they are following in the footsteps of generations of pioneers, people with tough work ethics, who come here to make sacrifices for their family, for economic opportunity. And I believe they deserve our greatest respect, esteem, and gratitude for the difficult work they do, and also the entrepreneurship. Very often, Ahmed, isn't it true that newcomers will come here, so maybe they arrived in Canada originally as refugees, often they might have gone to Toronto, like yourself. Then they moved west for opportunity, for great work out here. And then after maybe a few years at the meat plant, they go and start small businesses, right? And they show that beautiful Alberta spirit of enterprise, right?
You are true indeed, and I think if you go in town today, you will find an African store, Asian store, Latino store. There are a bunch of restaurants in town, so they are very much entrepreneurial minded set. They do, and they like to take risks. I am also a board member of Community Futures and Chamber of Commerce. So we are trying to also educate them in terms of the business, but they are always business-minded group of people. They love Alberta and they want to continue with their families. One of the things that we just talked inside our meeting was having a new initiative by, we are naming John Ware. As I mentioned,
for a youth scholarship.
For the youth mentorship and empowerment for youth mentorship, we're naming after John Ware. And our Premier mentioned about a few things. I will let him say.
So I just love this. You may have heard me talk about John Ware before. One of my and our Alberta heroes, who was born into slavery in South Carolina, was emancipated after the Civil War, became a cowboy in Texas, helped to drive the cattle up here into Alberta in the 1880s, became the most famous and highly skilled cowboy and ranch hand, and was born into slavery, but ended up with the overwhelming esteem of Albertans at a time when there was a lot more prejudice than there is today. And John Ware became, in many ways, a model for integration, for the Alberta spirit of a meritocracy, and a place of opportunity. I'm so excited that you're going to be naming this scholarship and youth mentorship program after John, where we want to be partners with you on that, Ahmed. And really, folks, the reason I'm here is to encourage the community of Brooks and the Global Village Centre for what they do to help recreate the Alberta dream for newcomers.